Assalamu alaikum. In a world driven by the urgent need for sustainable change, the global community gears up for a pivotal moment. Welcome to a special segment brought to you by Ruya Partners, exploring the forefront of environmental, social, and governance, or as it's known, ESG practices, leading up to the highly anticipated COP28 later this year in the United Arab Emirates. I'm Omar Liawer of Ruya Partners, the region's first and only partner-owned private credit firm based in ADGM, Abu Dhabi, and investing in the region by applying effective ESG policies. As we gather momentum towards the 28th Conference of Parties, or as it's known, COP28, later this year, our transformative journey takes us on an exploration of ESG principles, their impact, and the vision for a greener future. Join us as we delve into the stories of innovation that are shaping our world today and setting the stage for sustainable tomorrow. I am pleased to be joined by Michelle de Cordova, one of the leading principals at ESG Global Advisors in Canada, as her and I delve deeper into the ESG principles and get a better understanding of how other economies are applying these principles effectively, similar to what we're trying to do here in the Middle East. Hi, Michelle. Welcome to the first segment on ESG, and perhaps it's most appropriate to begin with, what is ESG?
ESG is about the risks and opportunities for the success of a company that are created by environmental, social, and governance factors, and about how the company integrates consideration of those risks and opportunities in its business strategy. I think we can make a useful distinction between ESG and corporate social responsibility, or CSR. CSR really focuses on the impacts of the company on the environment and society, whereas ESG is the other way round. It focuses on the impacts of the environment and society on the value of the company. Sometimes you'll hear people use terms like ESG and CSR interchangeably, but I think that can create confusion. They're both important concepts, but they are different. There are a few environmental and social factors that we can say are universally material. For example, almost every company has employees, so human resource management is a material ESG factor for almost all companies. But the materiality of most environmental and social factors really depends on the industry that the company operates in. For example, if we were to compare an oil and gas and a software company, health and safety is likely to be a bigger risk at the oil and gas company, and data security is likely to be a bigger risk at the software company. The G in ESG really covers two aspects. Firstly, there's good corporate governance, things like the quality of the board and management. And that's something that's been a priority for investors for a long time. Alongside that, investors are now also asking about how the board provides oversight for the management of material ESG factors. The G in ESG is relevant for all companies, but the expectations for governance are going to vary depending on whether a company is publicly traded or private. Well, firstly, ESG is not about promoting a specific set of environmental or social values. It's really about exploring the risks and opportunities for the success of a company that are created by environmental and social factors. It's also not just about screening companies that are involved in certain industries out of investment portfolios. That kind of exclusionary screening is certainly one of the possible tools that are available to investors, but it's not the only one and it's not the most important one. Actually, many investors approach ESG by focusing on how the companies that they have invested in can become more successful by addressing material ESG risks and opportunities. And ESG is certainly not just marketing or public relations. When we talk about ESG reporting, We're talking about reporting material information about the company, both the good news and the bad news. And increasingly, that ESG reporting is based on standards and frameworks and regulations, just like financial reporting. For example, recently the International Sustainability Standards Board, the ISSB, has been established under the auspices of the IFRS, which sets the accounting standards for public companies in the Gulf region. ISSB is now developing standards for companies to report on material ESG factors alongside financial information.